Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Tom. Finally, the US government has confirmed the existence of UFOs, and the CIA has declassified hundreds of documents and the mystery is solved. I would like to say in advance that the footage in this video comes from declassified US government documents and is marked as absolutely credible. Records are taken from fighter jets, warships, satellites and ground aircraft. Followers of UFO mysteries are literally waiting for the harvest this year. The US CIA had to declassify its reports on the UFO phenomenon for Congress purposes, thanks to an order from the US government literally smuggled into the law on aid against the coronavirus pandemic. Many of them have now been published by the Black Vault ufology server. Not only have records of several observations leaked before the law, but the US Department of Defense and Intelligence must produce a detailed report on the phenomenon by June. Many UFO sightings will have to be made public. The US Secret Service is now publishing declassified documents, and the newspapers are full of interviews and statements by government officials who have previously been in charge of UFO sightings. Former US Secret Service Chief John Ratcliffe said in an interview with Fox News, "We have seen phenomena that are difficult to explain satisfactorily. The US authorities have significantly more records of UFOs than leaked to the public. Many of these phenomena are difficult to explain or have no logical explanation at all. And when we say observations, we are talking about objects that have been observed by naval or Air Force pilots or recorded by satellites. We are talking here about objects whose activity is difficult to explain, whose ability to maneuver is impossible for us to imitate, and we do not have the technology to do so. Objects move at high speeds without sonic bang." End of quote. For the Pentagon, observations of objects that can potentially endanger the safety of pilots are extremely important. However, the office struggles with the fact that due to the profanity of the UFO term, pilots have so far been concerned about reporting similar meetings. At best, they are afraid of ridicule, at worst they face the suspicion that they have mental problems which could deprive them of a career as a pilot. For this reason, encounters with these flying objects are not reported at all. Therefore, armies around the world do not want to use the term UFO, unidentified flying object, and prefer the new abbreviation UAP, unidentified air phenomenon, so that at least some pilots want to report at all. US sailors aboard the destroyer USS Omaha saw a globular UFO that disappeared near the sea in San Diego. The object was filmed from the deck of a cruiser in July 2019, and now the record has been made public, wrote the Daily Mail. The video shows two crew members commenting on a flying object over the sea and then disappearing into the sea. The video was released on Friday by Jeremy Corbell on the Mystery Wire website. Take a look at the record.
And after a few minutes,
Splashed. Mark bearing and range.
The 2019 footage obtained by filmmaker Jeremy Corbell.
On the same day, a retired US Navy pilot testified that he and his colleagues saw UFOs off the coast of Virginia so regularly that they got used to their presence. The objects were identified by former Navy Lieutenant Ryan Graves in an interview with CBS as UAP. The phenomenon has been observed by pilots over the sea southeast of Virginia Beach since the beginning of 2015, almost every day for 2 years. At the same time, a similar encounter with the UAP was recorded off the coast of Jacksonville, Florida. Images taken by pilots on board the aircraft have been analyzed by the Ministry of Defense for years. It did not acknowledge them and marked them as authentic until 2017, when the New York Times got the UAP videos. The pilot said, I quote, "Of course I was afraid. You know, if it was jets from another country, it would be a big topic. But because it looked different, people are not willing to face this problem. We are happy because we simply ignore the fact that they are here and they are watching us every day." End of quote. Graves also mentioned that the object was rotating, moving at great heights, and apparently had a propulsion system that left no trace like ordinary aircraft. As early as April, the U.S. Department of Defense confirmed that the UAP footage taken in 2019, which appeared on mysterious websites, was genuine. They captured 3 flashing triangular objects moving in a cloud formation. Defense Department spokeswoman Sue Go added that shots of other objects had been taken, one of which was acorn-shaped, another spherical, and one resembling an unreinforced airship. She mentioned that for security reasons, the Pentagon will not disclose details yet. She added that the footage is being examined by the department for unidentified aerial phenomena. Former Defense Ministry official Luis Elizondo, who has been working on the UAP issue for almost 10 years, noted that the object surpassed the technology of any country. He mentioned that it is a device that resists the force of 600 G, can fly without problems at a speed of 20,000 kilometers per hour, escape the radar and move in the air and water and probably in space. At the same time, it has no wings or visible control cabins and can withstand gravity. Just for the sake of interest to the human body, the overload of G units is a great burden, and even an overload of 20 G is often fatal. In a television interview, former U.S. President Barack Obama confirmed that there were testimonies and recordings confirming the existence of unidentified flying objects, now referred to as the new and more precise term UAP. According to Obama, their speed and ability to maneuver is beyond everything the U.S. military has ever encountered. Everything he knows, he must not say. Obama talked about the latest UFO recording captured by the U.S. Navy, which escaped to the public. It was a recording recorded on the already mentioned destroyer USS Omaha near San Diego, where the object disappeared into the sea after a while. We can't explain how he maneuvered. Describe its trajectory. Even its shape was not easily described. People from the military are still seriously trying to explain what's going on. But I don't have anything else to tell you at the moment, Obama said. And here is a recording of the interview.
And records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. You know, I think that people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what that is.
Obama laughed at the news that Americans had been in contact with intelligent beings of extraterrestrial origin for years and jokingly said that he had also asked about it after the inauguration of the American president. Is there a laboratory where we study extraterrestrial beings and their spaceships? Then I can say for myself, if we're talking about aliens, there are things I can't tell you live, Obama concluded with a smile on his face. Former head of Israel's space security program, Chea Mesht, claims that the Earth has long been in contact with extraterrestrial civilizations. But according to him, humanity is not yet ready for the meeting. Esht left the Israeli office in 2011 and has been devoting himself fully to alien civilizations ever since. He even saw a book called Civilization Beyond the Horizon. Esht claims that the United States and Israel have been in contact for a long time with other civilizations that are supposed to have underground bases on Mars. Although it sounds like another food for lovers of conspiracy theories, I must point out that Esht is not a nameless charlatan from the street corner. For over 30 years, he has led a space security program in Israel and is researching it. Chea Mesht said. I quote, "If I had said this 5 years ago, they would have taken me straight to the insane asylum. But I have nothing to lose. I have degrees, awards, my name is respected at universities, where the trend of perception of this topic is also changing." The end of the quote. And what is my opinion? That we are not alone in space, and that extraterrestrial civilization is watching us. I think that they helped humanity a lot in the beginning, And this is especially visible in the so-called advanced extinct civilizations and in their art of architecture, which is still almost inimitable today. However, it was before the global catastrophe that washed everything away. And I'm not at all surprised that they are no longer actively helping, because if you look in newspapers and television, you only see violence, war and disease, including a polluted planet. What would governments do with the technology the aliens would give them? Of course, they would use it against each other. Until this changes, they'll just be watching us see if we can settle down or kill. I'm not afraid that they would want to colonize us, because if they wanted to, they did it a long time ago. Thanks for watching this video, and if you like it, please remember to give a thumbs up. Leave comment below, I'd love to read from you, and if you're not subscribed, click subscribe, and also click the little bell icon so you'll immediately get notified of the next video that I publish. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next video.